Hey there, water signs, Pisces, Cancers, and Scorpios. I'm doing a collective read for the water signs. And at the end, I'll pull a couple cards for your individual sign as guidance. Starting with these archetype cards, just what energy you're showing up in right now. So, water signs, we've got the seeker archetype. And when they come in the reverse, I look at the shadow attribute. But we can also look at the light attribute just to know, you can tell where you fall on the spectrum between the light and the shadow. So in the shadow, this is an inability to commit to a path once found. Oh, that's interesting. So in the light, it is thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. So let's see. So you're a seeker, but you resist. There's resistance to committing. Okay. Commitment phobe, are we? Let's see. No judgment. Hermit mode. Seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity in the light attribute. We're just going to go there because it came in the upright. Now the hermit mode is, that's like the tarot. The hermit is someone who goes internal to seek wisdom. I'm trying to look at him. Looking at his inner image to see if it spurs anything in me. So a seeker usually does go within to gain wisdom. So that's not a surprise. Those two cards came out. So you are in the energy, it looks like, of maybe reevaluating, seeking some spiritual guidance. But I'm wondering why you're finding it hard to commit to the path, whatever the path could be. So we'll get more information. I'm going to pull some more spiritual messaging, and then we'll get into the tarot and the nitty-gritty of what this is all about. You've got the addict card. Don't freak out when you see addict. So in the shadow attribute, this is compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. All right, so water signs. So I see the compromise stands out strongly here. Because an addict is behavior here. It's an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So something that you're doing, some compromise you're making, something is controlling you here. So what is an addiction, right? It is something that we can't resist. We're using something to avoid the truth about something else. So for example, I'm going to use this a lighter version of an addict. Say, for example, you're a sugar addict. You have an emotional need for sugar when you are feeling upset about something emotionally. So instead of dealing with those emotions, you might go and buy yourself a vat of ice cream and some cake or cookies or something to soothe yourself. And so this is addiction, is avoidance, right? So water signs, what are you avoiding? What emotional, what things are being repressed here that need to come to the surface? You're seeking for the answer, right? You're seeking the answer, but there's quite a bit of resistance to doing anything about it. Okay? Wow. Quite a message. Quite a message. Let me zoom out here. So I'm going to lay this out like I did for the earth. I did put out the earth signs and the air signs, which were both very fascinating. Now those two had similarities. So if you have any air signs or earth signs in your chart, you may want to look at them, especially if it has to do with you doing some transformation, internal work. They were or if you know anybody who is earth sign or air sign, they were pretty specific readings around transformation. One was about helping others transform, and the other was about internal, personal transformation. And we've got transformation here too, because the hermit is normally someone who does look inward. Yours is something that's keeping you stuck here, some repetitive pattern, something that keeps coming back, showing back up again and again. You're seeking the guidance, but resisting committing to it. Okay, let's see what Colette Baron Reed, the Wisdom of the Oracle, has to say about these three cards that we've already pulled. It gets us a little deeper and it gives us a bigger overview. Okay. I mean, that could be codependency. That's another one that shows up, or self-worth issues show up in codependency. Like doing things you don't want to do in order to gain something. But it feels like you've prostituted yourself in some way. A prostitute is also another archetypal card, but you may need to know that, I don't know, Cancers, maybe there's some codependency involved in this behavioral pattern. Deep knowing is showing up. That's a 43 card. It's in the reverse, so we'll get the protection message from it. Oops. Gotta turn this over. You've got new life, 39. 39, it's 12. That's a 3 card when we add the numbers together. So right now we've got a 7 and a 3. So no earth signs had synchronicity in their cards. So I just want to make sure. And you got another 3. Tick-tock. This tick-tock card is feeling like you're running out of time for some reason. You have a deep knowing. I'm going to read the protection messages because especially for deep knowing and new life. I try to keep it short and sweet. 43, protection. You are in empathy overload and need to get grounded again, so tune out for a bit. Hypersensitive, you're suffering from psychic exhaustion. This signals a time for a recharging of your batteries. Set energetic boundaries, take a salt bath, empty your mind and get back to you. It's not a time to be too open. Soon enough, they're saying this is why this working with this pattern, this thing that you turn to soothe yourself, that's why you're choosing not to do something about it. It's like you're soothing yourself here because you are in this psychic or empathy overload, right? Soon enough, you can let your guard down. Right now, you need self-care and self-love. It's time to say no thank you to anyone in your life who exhausts you. Won't that feel good? This is about, you have a deep knowing here that you already know this. You're over-giving. You're over-committing. And this new life, why is this in reverse? Let's find out. You must acknowledge your inexperience and gently allow yourself to be like the delicate new bud opening. It's okay to admit you may not know something. You are at the beginning of things and haven't yet hit your stride. Be immersed in the newness of it all and don't try to rush the learning process. New life has its own timetable for maturity. Be here now. Life loves you. So it looks like you're pressuring yourself. You feel like this new life you're trying to there was something trying to come through, and it's this new life you have been working hard towards, apparently, has left you exhausted, especially because you're empathic, and water signs are very empathic. You already know that you've been overgiving, but you keep giving. They want me to read the TikTok message as well. So let's do it. It'll be quick and sweet. So you got 2 3s, and that's significant. 3s are about working with mind, body, spirit. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of ahead of them. But what if it isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. Yeah, threes are about co-creating with spirit, creating this new life you want, but you feel pressured and you feel overburdened and exhausted. So it's time to give yourself a break, right? Give yourself a break. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty here in the tarot and see what shows up for you for August. And remember, I will pull singular cards of advice for each sign at the end of the reading. I won't timestamp them because it's not going to be like a long drawn-out thing. I might pull a card on what this repetitive pattern is. I don't want to pull it from this deck, though. Let me pull it from the Light Seers. Just a quick... It might be different for each sign, for each water sign here. What is the addictive behavior? What is this behavior that soothes you? What is this behavior? All right, they're not answering too quickly here, so I feel like they're saying, go just lay out the cards, the answer will come. The answer will come. Get out of the way, Rose. We've got the messages coming. Okay. The message is coming. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpios. What's going on with you guys? You guys. Can you tell them from the Northeast? You guys. Sorry, I have to do a little bit of talky talk while I'm shuffling because these cards need a lot of shuffling. One more, we're good. Okay, let's get the underlying energy of the reading. They call this card peace in this deck, which I find fascinating because to me this card... So I think what brings the peace is making a decision. This is a choice. You have choice in this matter. You can choose to stay in this energy. Or This is also refusing to make a choice. So let's see what that means. Let's see what that means here. Choice is the underlying energy here. You've got choice. So what is the choice you're trying to make? It's an intellectual choice, right? Swords are about the mind. But it also can indicate like the traditional tarot card has the woman crossing those swords at her heart space. So is there some heart-related, is there some heart, like, blocking or shutting down the heart space for some reason? Or maybe it's because you're overburdened psychically, you're empathically, your energy has been drained. So you're like, nope, I can't take any more. Queen of Cups is at the heart of your reading. So let me lay them out and then we will discuss. I hope you can see them all. Let's see if you can see them all. Nice. Ooh. Let's go one more on the Fool in reverse. One more. I don't like ending so much on a Fool in reverse, although that means maybe just thinking before you leap. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, you've got the King of, let's see. No, so this is the Knight of Swords. The Prince in this deck is the Knight of Swords. They call it the Hacker in this deck. Hanged Man energy underneath, so you maybe feel stuck or paused for some reason. Knight of Swords energy. Focused. Look, you might be working at the computer. You might be you might be studying. You're looking at the computer here. You're gaining knowledge, looking for information. So that maybe some of your overwhelm has to do with being online too much in the media. Maybe too much on the phone, maybe too much on the computer, maybe too much scrolling, maybe too much posting, maybe it's part of your work and you have to be, but there needs to be a disconnect. There needs to be an unplug, I think, to regain some energy, because it's sucking all your energy dry. Choice around what? So we've got Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, they call it the therapist in this deck. So the heart of the matter is the Queen of Cups and some choice, choosing. So she's very intuitive, right? Queen of Cups. And Queen of Cups is your card, water signs, Gemini, Cancer. So Cancer's right at the center here. And they call her the therapist here. So maybe you feel like you need therapy. Maybe you feel like you need an emotional leg up. Maybe you're feeling very emotional right now. Queen of Cups is very intuitive, right? So you're sitting in your own energy here. But some choice is maybe rocking the boat. You've got the King of Wands crossing your energy. So some King of Wands, they call it the rock star in this deck. They call the King a knight in this deck. So when I see Knight of Wands, I think of the regular tarot, which is, he's very charismatic, but he's very non-committal, and people love him. Knight of Wands is in and out of energy in the regular tarot, but this is actually the king in this deck. So I think there's like a combination of king and knight here. Yeah, he's very attractive. Yeah, you want to get to know him. He's very talented. He takes action towards his his passion. Very fiery, very good in bed. Man or woman, right? This is not gender specific. So, but this King of Wands energy, so this is a fire sign. Fire signs, and Sagittarius, Aries, and Leos. So some energy of the King of Wands is an issue for you. It's keeping you from finding your own emotional wellness here. But again, there's a choice at hand around this. This is the World card here. You've got a major arcana sitting to the left of you, and this is the limitation. So here you got this new life card, right? So to me, these are very similar energies. New life, new life. Look at her walking up the stairs into this new life. There's some completion that needs to happen. Something's completing. Some behavioral pattern is trying to end, but this is a limitation. It makes sense. It kind of connects to this energy. There's something that needs to come to a cyclic pattern that needs to come to an end, but it's a limitation in this placement, which means that you're having a hard time completing something and moving on to this new life, right? Let me ask, what is keeping wow, that just flipped right out. They know what I'm going to ask before I ask it, so don't worry. What is keeping water signs from completing this cycle, this behavioral pattern? So that addiction, call it what you want, something that keeps you stuck, something you turn to soothe yourself. You're on the spiritual path, but you're resisting spirit. You're resisting enlightenment, an epiphany, authenticity, truth. Maybe even there's something here you're not seeing clearly. This is Ace of Swords. I love this. I love the Ace of Swords card because it's a card of truth. So there's something you might not, let me ask, let me see. Can you clarify this Ace of Swords, please? I may or may not want to. Maybe just enough. Something you're not seeing clearly. Again, a choice. Two of Cups. A choice, an intellectual choice, a choice around partnership. This might be about codependency. If you're not seeing something clearly about a partnership, and codependency can show up in romantic partnerships, it can show up in friendships, it can show up in family relationships, work relationships. So some choice that it's like you're closing your eyes to it here. Same message here. You're a seeker, and yet you're not heeding the wisdom that you already have a deep knowing. You have a deep knowing, but you're ignoring it. There's something about you ignoring what's good for you. Let's put it plainly, right? Cards they don't pull any punches. They don't tiptoe around the issue. The Spirit comes in to give you the message you most need to hear, and this is what you most need to hear for August. You've got the Wheel of Fortune too. You've got two major arcana to the left of you, to the right of you. This is your conscious state, resisting change. The Wheel of Fortune wants to come in. This is fated change, divine timing change. You're trying to buck divine timing. So it's time. It's time. It's time. I'm getting excited because they're just confirming everything I'm saying. It's time to walk away. Tens are, this is a 10, this is a 10. Tens are about endings. This is also an ending card. It's time. This cycle that you're kind of hanging on with just your fingernails. Like you're just hanging off that cliff with just your fingernails. They're saying it's time to move beyond this behavioral pattern, whatever this painful, hard situation has been. You already have a knowing about this, so it's probably not surprising you what I'm saying. Oh, wow, lots of ending cards, but it's your choice. You can choose, like you can go another season. You can go another season in this pattern. That's what they're saying. In your subconscious, below you, underneath the surface, is a feeling of, again, this is a Six of Pentacles in reverse. They call it success in this deck. I don't really like success, but let's take a look at what Six of Pentacles means. In the reverse, you're giving more than you receive usually. It's a codependent card to me. Giving more than you receive and never filling your own cup. So in the reverse, I see that card as not feeling, when you give more than you receive and you know it, and you can't figure out why people won't give you equal, and it's because people don't reciprocate because we train them. And I can say this from my own experience. We train them to treat us in a certain way. If we don't feel worthy of receiving, we won't receive. So it's about worth as well. Self-worth, self-nurturing, self-love, following your intuition. This is a serious message of self-worth here. And over here we got it's interesting, you got the Queen of Cups at the core of this reading, and then you've got the Queen of Pentacles over here, the matriarch, to the right of you. So she's also somebody else. This could be somebody else. Could be a motherly figure. The Queen of Pentacles. So actually, I don't think it's somebody else. It could be. You know if that resonates with you. Somebody who's not taking care of themselves, possibly. But I think this is more about your energy. You're not. So Queen of Pentacles is all about self-care and also caring for her family, right? So when you don't take care of yourself, it's hard to take care of your family. This is a message of you need to take care of yourself. You already have a deep knowing about this. You're just not doing it. You're not doing it. And no judgment. There's probably a reason, right? There's a reason, but there's resistance here, and because life, there's a reason in life. Life happens, right? Lots of things to be responsible for. You're showing up in the energy of, oh my gosh, I need to move this along. We're at 25 minutes already. You're in the energy of celebration. So that's awesome. Celebrating with friends. So you might be about to do something fun and celebratory. And hell yeah, good on you. Do it. Bless up, as the Jamaicans say. Bless up. I love that energy for you. And the energy around you is the Ace of Cups. The energy surrounding you is the Ace of Cups. Spirit is like wanting you to fill your own cup here. So this is like an alignment for me. Spirit's like, yes, because this is usually like other people's energies, other situations' energy around you, and people do love you. But what I'm getting is the universe wants you to. Archangel, I'm not sure which archangel that is in the background. I'd have to look it up. Let me look it up. Hold on. So it doesn't say in the book here, but we're just going to say it's Archangel Michael. So this is also a card of love coming into your life. So there could be, let's see. So they're saying doing the same thing over and over again in love. So we know what the definition of crazy is, right? That's Nine of Wands in reverse. Doing the same thing in love over and over and over again and expecting something different. That's the energy that the universe wants to bring towards you. Universe is really trying to wake you up around some choice here, around love, partnership, relationships, codependency, overgiving. Your hopes and fears position, the Game Master, the Knight. So this is the King of Swords in this deck. Hopes and fears. So this is a card of focus, the card of, and this deck, it depicts the King of Swords as a game player, a game master. Like he's really good at this chess game. So this could be a person in your life that you're afraid of, or if it's hopes, it's you hoping that you can get as focused as you need to be. So let me get a card on it to see if it's a hope or a fear. Maybe it's a little of both. Because King of Swords, they have integrity. They're usually anarchists. Like they go out, they do things differently because they know that what's been going on in the past isn't working anymore. So Seven of Pentacles on the King of Swords is a card of perseverance. Like a card of don't give up. Is that what it is? The planted seeds around some focused energy. Temperance, health. So putting time into your health and wellness is at the core of that. So yeah, Spirit is like, go, whatever this is, the celebratory situation is, they're like, do it. They're like, go take your health, all of it, mind, body, spirit needs some attention. This is balancing. This is a health card. Put some time into your self-care. You really need it. And that message is throughout this reading. At the completion, we've got the Fool in the reverse. So there's a little fear involved with taking a leap of faith into this new life, this new cycle. We all resist new cycles. I don't think that's uncommon. So don't be harsh with yourself if you think, oh, I just can't do it. You'll do it in divine timing, which is what this card says. Spirit is on your side. So be kind to yourself. And I asked for more on the Fool. We got Ten of Swords, which is repeating this message. Ten of Swords is ending this painful, this has been painful, this has been hard, this has been a lot, wrought with, 10 swords can feel like betrayal, right? And the original card, the traditional card, has a man with 10 swords sticking out of his back, and he's laying face down on the ground. So it feels like somebody has stabbed you 10 times. So this is not an easy ending because it's been hard for you. And it's made you fearful to leap into the new. You're holding on tight to some painful situation. So and we all say it as readers, we gotta let it go. No, that requires some things, right? Sometimes you can't just let something go that's been a painful past. There's forgiveness involved. There's forgiving yourself. There's forgiving others. There's putting up your boundaries. Nine of Wands. Healthy boundaries are in order here, especially if codependency is showing up in your life or has been a part of your life for a long time. All right, let's get a card. Let's get one for Cancer. Just a card of advice, please, for Cancer. Card of advice for Cancer, please. Oops. Card of advice. Okay. Knight of Wands. Follow your passion. Be creative. Yeah, you are the magician here, Cancer. You are able to follow your passion. Follow your passion. Ignite this new beginning. The magician, in his higher vibration, in his light attribute, is someone who can manifest the world that they want, the new life that they desire. Spirit is saying you have all the tools you need to create this. You're gaining inspiration. Anything else, Spirit? I don't know. It feels like one more card wants to come out. Anything else we want to tell Cancer, please? No? Okay, we're going to Pisces. But this is, you need the breast. You need something here. You need some type of celebration. You need some type of love and joy in your life that comes from inside you, deep inside you, and not from anybody else. You taking care of you. Pisces, you got Knight of Pentacles energy for you. So strategy and planning are involved for you in this new life, this releasing this pattern. Can you give me another card for Pisces on this Knight of Pentacles? Knight of Pentacles, they're slow and steady wins the race kind of energy, and communication is required here. So what is this? What is this communication about? Do you want to tell me? You may already know what I'm talking about, because they're not giving me anything else. So something, and this could be another person in your life, an earth sign, Cancer. I'm sorry, Pisces. This is Pisces, not Cancer. So something slow and steady. This is interesting, because you got two like counter energies. Slow and steady wins the race. Moving forward quickly. All right, please clarify. Lots of communication, lots of things going on at once may affect you going slow and steady. So, Six of Cups energy. So this pattern might be around communication. It might be a past life. It might be a deeply ingrained and subconscious behavioral pattern around how you communicate, possibly. Okay. So Pisces, Scorpio. Again, repeating the message. Another 10 card. You've got so many endings cards in this deck. In this reading, it's not even funny. You are so on the precipice of walking away from all the burdensome life events. It's been hard, it's been a drudgery, but you are right there. You're doing it. You've packed your bags. Let's see if we can get one more card on Ten of Wands. Don't give up. Keep the hope alive. This is an Aquarius card showing up for Scorpio. Five of Cups showing up. Let go of the sadness, the regret. Walk away from the sadness. So burdens are what? They're like, it's walking away from the sadness, from the regret, from the lack mentality, the feelings of unworthiness. Healing this pattern, keeping the hope alive. And the pattern has to do with sadness and regret. Maybe staying too much in the sadness. Time to walk away from sadness for the healing. All right, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Love, peace, and light to you. Comment if this resonated. Love to hear from you. Have a great day.